welcome back to Granny Shifting.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's Jesse from the original Fast and the Furious, and you're listening to Granny Shifting, the Fast and Furious podcast.
Happy Monday to you. How was your vacation? And your birthday?
We missed quite a bit of time here.
I know.
It doesn't seem like it, but you may have noticed our 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, 2 weeks. It was summer break.
Summer break. And the last episode before this one was recorded before that. So this is actually our back podcast. And so much has happened.
Yeah.
Your family's back. Oh, and the biggest news of all.
I'm pregnant.
No.
Oh.
Well, happy anniversary, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan watched City of God.
I did.
Can you believe that?
And this is minute 8
of
Fast and Furious. All right, so now back to City of God.
Yeah, this is not the City of God podcast. How do you think that would go if we branched off?
Oh, to that movie?
Is there one? Okay,
You should watch it again.
So long since I saw it, I barely remember it.
Yeah,
but you've recently watched it. I remember it being very cinematography beautiful. Cinemagraphically beautiful.
Yeah, I think it is. There's lots of like picturesque times in it. It's definitely, it has the indie film to it. Where like
we're talking 90s indie too, right?
Is that when it was? I would have said early 2000s. Was it 90s?
It would. Okay. Early 2000s is really close to the 90s, though.
It was late 90s.
Yeah,
like 2004.
Probably. All right, you're guessing a 2004? I'm guessing a 99. Let me Google it here. City of God. Oh, you're opening a beer because I was about to. 2002.
Oh, right.
You were closer.
I was closer, but not closer without going over.
You're right. All right, so I actually brought some liquor here.
Nice.
Evan Williams honey.
Any rubber buns?
Rubber buns?
Yeah.
What is that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't you remember that old joke where it's like you tell someone, okay, after everything I say, you say rubber buns and liquor. Okay.
Rubber buns, liquor?
No, rubber buns and liquor.
Rubber buns and liquor?
Yeah. What do you eat in the morning?
Rubber buns and liquor.
What do you have for dinner?
Rubber buns and liquor.
What do you do when you see a hot lady?
Rubber butt and liquor butt.
It's just rubber buns and liquor.
This is a child's podcast, friend. Okay, so I'm going to pour this.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I should pour this in front of the mic so our listeners can enjoy this as well. This feels risky. A lot of honey in this, so it's very sticky. And
is it really?
Honey's good for you. So this is like
local honey.
It's probably local. So this is actually good for you. I like to drink this all day. I had the pleasure of working with Snackman.
I was going to say, what did Snackman think of you drinking this all day on the work site?
Nah, we only drink coffee. That's the only drug he allows on the work site.
Is he addicted to that drug?
Oh, he partakes every now and then
in drugs.
But I'll tell you what, he doesn't bring it to work, but he lets me.
Really?
Coffee, yeah.
He drinks it before work, and that is good for him for the day.
I think he has like a cup in the morning. And like some days none.
Good for those people.
Not Sundays, some days.
Yeah.
So, all right. But you've had Evan Williams. I thought that was like your whiskey, but you're a Ezra Brooks.
Yeah.
I think they're related.
Yeah, I think
they're right next to each other on the bottom shelf.
I pretty much get whichever is cheaper the day that I go there, which is usually Ezra Brooks. But I've seen the Evan Williams honey, and I don't think I've ever had it. Who else makes a honey? Wait, American honey.
Yeah, there's one just called Turkey. American Turkey?
No, that's Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey honey? Yeah, I think that's a thing.
It's American honey, but that's not the name of the... Anyways.
All right, let's try it. Mouth noises. Oh, wow, the ice melted a little. So now we get a full flavor profile. A little sweet.
Pairs nicely with a mint on pouch.
Oh, you got one of those in too?
Yeah.
Got to stop Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? Like a week ago, my dad, and for the listeners, my dad's like pretty conservative, Mennonite, like never had a drink of alcohol in his life. He drinks coffee, but very like, conservative. And I've been using nicotine for a couple years now.
Yeah. Is he aware of it?
Yeah, probably because I work with him. And
it is wild turkey, American honey.
I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's made by wild turkey.
Okay, gotcha. So 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, nicotine actually, they're saying can be good for you. It can prevent Alzheimer's." I was like, "Yeah, Dad, I know. I told you that like a couple weeks ago." I didn't say that, but I'm
right.
Like, and he's like, "Yeah, but it's actually not addictive." And
what?
I was like, "Yeah, it is addictive. It's the tobacco." Though that's a carcinogen.
Yeah.
So nicotine's not a carcinogen. And he's like, no, it's not addictive. And I'm like, I think you're mixing up the two big downsides of chewing tobacco, which is that it's a carcinogen and it's addictive. And on nicotine, it's not a carcinogen, but it is addictive.
Right.
But if you ever met my dad, when he knows something, he knows something. So he's like, no, it's not addictive. And I'm like, okay, as I take a pouch out and put another one in. But I let it go. I just thought that was funny that he's
addicted to it. Look, if I keep my hand here, it doesn't take my shoulder away.
All right, keep your hand up and we'll win the battle. Ryan's having issues with video on our podcast.
It's not really an issue. Well, yeah.
Technical difficulty.
Our green screen isn't as green as I'd like it to be.
Yeah, like new technology, we don't even need a green screen.
It's
you
crazy.
just need AI, and the AI somehow thinks Ryan's right shoulder is a part of the background, so it's doing the old Michael J. Fox on him.
From Back to the Future.
Yeah, no, he's not shaking.
Parkinson's.
It's disappearing slowly as you look at the picture.
But
All
listeners don't see that. So,
what's this podcast about?
Did your dad want to start nicotine?
He didn't say that.
You think if a doctor prescribed it, he would take it?
Yeah.
Doctor's like, oh, well, yeah, I think this would probably help with your heart.
That's probably how it came up, because his dad has dementia right now, really bad. Well, and my mom has something with her cardio system where she's getting like rapid heartbeat and stuff, and the doctor recommended nicotine to her because it's I don't remember the word, but it like constricts your vascular system. Yeah. Which is why it can raise your blood pressure too, but it can like slow down rapid heartbeat and I think that's why people smoke cigarettes after sex
or any time.
Yeah. Yeah. I never smoked a cigarette after sex, but I do remember my friend in high school wrecking his motorcycle when we were riding. And immediately after he got up, it wasn't like a really serious wreck.
Right.
He ran into somebody, laid the bike down. He like pulled a cigarette out, and he didn't smoke much, but he's like, he's all worked up. Yeah.
Huh.
So probably because it's constricting his vascular system.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how I'm sure my mom was flabbergasted to hear that doctors telling her to consume nicotine. But
yeah,
times are
they
changing.
Are changing. In the words of Bob Dylan, times they are changing.
And boy, are they changing for Paul Walker here.
Yeah, and Brian O'Connor.
Yes, they are. He is. When's the last time Brian did crime? Has he ever, like, outright crime, or he's always been undercover doing the work of the police?
They pulled over this bus transporting a bunch of inmates.
Was that his first crime in the whole movie series?
I think in the very first movie, giving Dom the keys, I think would be called aiding and abetting.
Okay. But that's not like a very serious crime compared to like what they're doing. Stealing
DVD
trucks
players
and like millions of dollars of stuff and gas trucks. He's never been a part of any heist.
No, yeah.
Or anything like that.
No. Yeah, I guess you're right.
So in this minute, Vince is offering him this heist, trying to convince him it's easy money. The car scene down here, it's easy to unload. And Brian's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. Because, I don't think that... Okay, so Vince is suggesting this because they need a couple more people for this job.
Right.
And he was hoping Dom would be there, and Dom isn't there. So they need some more bodies. Warm bodies? Does he say warm bodies? Some more bodies. And he said, looking at you guys, it looks like you guys could use a payday.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't even have money for food, I guess.
Yeah. But they were scarfing down that meal that was...
Yeah. And then she threw it all back up.
That Paulita made.
But, I mean, we're talking about Brian and Mia. Neither of them have been a part of a heist, right?
Mia, I don't think has done anything ever.
Illegal.
Well, with the exception of breaking out Dom from the prison bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That was a pretty big deal to wreck a prison bus.
Yeah.
But they were doing that for like the better good of.
I mean, they've definitely killed people. That wreck had to have killed some people. I mean, the bus was rolling.
I thought on the news
and
it
the cops
said
were just standing.
No casualties.
Oh.
Maybe I'm not remembering that right. But this is the first time they would be involved in a crime for their own personal gain.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Every other time, Brian's been doing it unselfishly.
Yeah. But now they need money. Like a lot of people who make criminal decisions, they need money.
Yeah.
So the only way they can do it is to steal.
Yeah, I don't know about the only way, but that's the
quickest way?
Easiest way.
The way that they know how.
The way they see best at the time.
Now, we skip to Vince carrying some bags out of his apartment.
Yeah, like big black duffel bags that you'd expect to have like $1 million in them. But I'm guessing they don't have the money yet.
It's just gear, I think.
What do you think? The grapple hook.
Yeah. This gives me the like vibes of like leaving vacation. Maybe because I was just on vacation, but like it looks like it's early in the morning. He's like moving slow, carrying these big bags. Like, I don't really want to do this, but you know, doesn't it give you those vibes?
He's just the building is like on vacation. You often have these like hotel rooms where it has a little walkway on the second floor outside of the rooms.
Right.
Like every room has a doorway to the outside, and there's like a second floor walkway at like a cheaper motel or any resort in Mexico.
Yeah,
would have that. And I get it. Yeah, it's like you gotta be at the airport 3 hours early, but the bus, they're like, well, it leaves 4 hours early, so you got to be in the lobby at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the last day. Not only do I hate the last day of vacation, it ruins the last night for me.
Oh, yeah. It's so hard to get over that idea.
Yeah, of getting up early and it ending, where it's like you don't want to stay up really late. You don't want to drink too much.
Right.
Because you can't sleep in. You can't relax the next day.
Yeah.
The next day is this go here, stand in line, wait, stand in line somewhere else, go here. You know, it's just, and then get home, drive, and you're really tired.
Yeah.
And then you're finally home, and then there's kids screaming and yelling, fighting with you. Oh, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I was on vacation last week, and like Tuesday this week, a guy came in to work who I see once a week, and he said, "How's your vacation?" I said, "Good." He said, "So are you," what did he say? He said, did you forget about your vacation yet? Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like, you know, you're back at work for a day and a half now. Do you still remember your vacation? And I said, well, pretty much the drive back from vacation, like sobered me up from my vacation high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that was so nice. You were in Outer Banks, which that's a
like
solid
10-hour drive back.
7.5 driving with no traffic. So 10.5, you're saying stopping, food, pee breaks, traffic.
Yeah.
It's a full day.
Yeah. And then you get back, and then you have all this stuff you got to unload out of the vehicle.
And then it's in your house everywhere. And you
got to do all this laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how I feel when I leave the last day of vacation to pack up the van.
I hate the end of vacation.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. And Vince doesn't look particularly joyful here.
No.
Not that he ever does.
No.
Until
we
very
hear
soon.
Engine revving is what we hear.
Yeah, like a big V8, and he stops and he slowly turns around with a disgruntled look. And what pulls up in the alley?
A 70 Dodge Charger.
Primer. It's like not nice. The hood looks like it's popped.
Yeah, partially ajar.
Now, can we see who's in it? Because I have a feeling I know who's in it, but do they actually show it here? What? Hit the E button. E is skip one frame ahead. I wish I knew what the skip back frame button was.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to go back. That was the only time they showed it. They show it for a quick, hot second. All right, we're going to figure out. I have a feeling Dom shows up.
It has to be Dom. It's a 70 Charger.
So where did they say Dom was? They didn't think he was close, right?
What did he say?
You
He
can
said
wait till he turns around.
he said last I heard he was. Oh,
All right, stop.
I forget. Oh, I missed it. Vince had contact with him at some point.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to figure out like how far away it was because they're in Brazil.
When
right?
Brian and Mia showed up, they're like, "Is Dom here, or have you heard from Dom?" And he gave vibes like it wasn't. He wasn't nearby and he wasn't close, but he had spoken to him. All right, stop. All right, E. All right, the hand grip on the steering wheel is at 12 o'clock. That's a Dom thing.
That's got to tell you.
There's a roll bar in the Charger.
Where did he find
Did
this?
you say Charger?
Has he been driving this the whole way from the United States?
Oh, what a dreadful... Can you imagine commuting in a muscle car?
No.
Really? Like a 2-speed or 3-speed automatic? Can you imagine that?
That I can't imagine. I never commuted in it. I did take it to school a couple times.
To school for a while when your Integra was out of commission.
No. I drove my dad's car.
Really?
I took the Firebird to school my whole 2 years probably 3 times.
Oh, because you had a guy you carpooled with. Didn't you take him in at one time? And he was like,
oh, yeah.
Real lame.
Yeah, he was like the lamest guy I ever met in my life, honestly. I sat with this guy for 2.5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Every day, every weekday for almost 2 years.
So you drove an hour and a quarter.
And we couldn't fill up a sheet of notebook paper with how much we said to each other. He was like the most boring guy I've ever met in my life. Yeah, we talked. He was into video games and he just wasn't personable. He'd always put in his headphones and just
that shuts the
fall
conversation
asleep
up.
Most of the time because I'm picking him up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh man!
And yeah, so
what time did your school start?
6:30.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
6:30 to 12:30.
Did people work in the afternoons or something? Is that why they
yeah, I
did
mean,
that?
a lot of people live close to the school. Would get an apartment close to the school. They had a morning class and afternoon, a morning thing and afternoon thing. And so you would go from 6:30 to 12:30, and then the afternoon was 1:15 to or 1:30 to 7:30, something like that.
Oh,
I did the evening ones for a while and got home at 9:30 or 10. So I forget what time I let out.
That kind of sucks too.
Yeah,
but don't you ever wonder what he's up to now? Is he a famous mechanic?
There's
on a
no
TV
way
show?
he graduated that. I mean, he failed so many classes.
How do you know that?
There's no way that he could have. He failed so many classes.
Well, how do you know he failed? You asked him.
Oh yeah, he told me.
You.
Yeah, because he would, if you failed, so a class was 3 weeks straight of the same topic, and that's all you did for 7 hours a day was study that one topic, and then at the end of 3 weeks you either passed or you failed, and if you failed, you had to take it again. And he took the same classes 3 or 4 times in a row.
Oh man, someday he's gonna show up at Dutch Valley, and he's gonna be like, "What? You're the VP?"
And he didn't have his driver's license.
Can I vacuum cars?
He didn't have his driver's license.
Wait, what kind of carpooling is this? You just drove him?
Yeah, it's just me driving him every day.
Who set this up?
For, what was it?
That's a terrible deal.
$25 a week or something.
Ooh. Did he meet you on the way at least?
Yeah, I got we met at a spot where I could just go off the highway. He'd get there, I'd just get right back home.
Was mom take him?
No, he walked there.
Oh my word. Oh.
Sometimes if he was late, his dad would drop him
You're
off.
friends with him on Facebook or something?
No, I should see if I can find him.
He might listen to this.
I'm sorry if you are. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, Chris.
Yeah. But definitely, we want to know what you're up to these days. Hit us up.
Maybe he's a professional video gamer. Okay, so
back to the minute.
Vince apparently knows straight away who this is.
Yeah, he smiles. When's the last time you've seen Vince smile? Like a happy smile. I feel like he's had evil smiles before.
Yeah, he made that remark to Brian about how's it feel to be on the other side.
Yeah, evil smile.
Yeah, but now he's happy to see Dom. He knows it's Dom. He recognizes that engine
so we're thinking
sound.
it's Dom. All right, now, scene change. It's daytime. and we get a moving shot of a train tracks, and then a passenger train passing by. And the camera jumps inside of the train, and it's like going through the desert.
Yeah, some passenger cars, but this is not a passenger car.
This is a desert with mountains that looks literally exactly like where they drove through the desert and then drove into the mountain at the perfect spot, and there's a tunnel. Looks like the same spot. Do you agree?
Yes.
All right.
This has to be him.
So the camera moves to the inside. Oh, Ryan's looking up his friend on his male is gender.
I mean, he has nothing on Facebook. He has a picture of a dog, but lives in Lancaster. My first clue, works at Walmart.
Oh, no.
I mean, you have to have a job, so at least he's working somewhere.
All right. Me and Asher looked this up on lunch break. Oh, I'm sorry. Me and Snackman looked this up on lunch break. Do you know who the number one employer in the entire world is? I'll give you a clue.
I just said it.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah. They have like I think like 2 million employees.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Biggest employer in the world. Oh, you found him? Does that look like him? Oh, wow.
No, that's not him.
I
mean, he looks a little bit like this guy, but
we don't know. All right, it's up in the air.
I don't know if that's him.
All right. Back to minutes. We got to finish this minute. It's dragging out here.
Yeah.
So, cameras inside the train, and it's Brian and Mia, and it's a nice train.
Yeah, they're just chilling on it.
It's like they're in like first class. Maybe is this normal? But they have a
I
table. They have like captain chairs. They're facing each other with a table.
Look at all that space.
Reading
you get
a
on
magazine.
a plane, you got no space.
I've been on passenger trains, and it's not quite like that. Like
the one I was on was more like a bus.
Yeah.
Seats
face. Some of them can face each other, but they aren't like super. There's no table and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I think going on a train's fun, but where would they be going? Maybe to the heist. Oh, because you said one of the best scenes of the entire franchise is coming up.
Film, not franchise.
Okay. All right.
Film.
What do you think's the best scene of the entire franchise? Tell us next minute.
All right, I'll tell you
next
5
minute.
seconds. Yeah. All right, let's finish this minute up.
3 seconds. She's reading a magazine. That's it. Okay. The minute's over, and you're going to have to tune in next week to find out what Ryan thinks is the best moment of the entire franchise.
Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.